that you've got a growing collection of like grandma cardigans, and I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Like, it's cray.
What are you always doing? Eating chicken. Yeah,
chicken.
It's a lot of chicken. I don't think I've ever seen you not eating chicken.
Really?
It was disgusting how much, like, this man would eat chicken at like 8 a.m.
It's always fun to see Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson together on and off screen, doing interviews or press tours, maybe sometimes flirting a little bit. They're best known for starring together in all of the Avengers films and the Captain America trilogy, and we thought it'd be funny to take a look at some of these moments.
Robert Downey Jr. is very...
Do you want to...
Unique.
Unique.
Yes,
Unique. Okay.
Versatile.
This is for Chris. Scarlett Johansson doesn't like to...
Listen to me talk too much?
But before we get into it, some quick Marvel trivia. What other celebrity does Scarlett Johansson share a birthday with? Leave your answer in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct. First, we see this adorable moment of Scarlett leaning on Chris Hemsworth during an interview promoting Avengers Endgame. We've seen these moments before, but during an episode of Playground Insults, they have a hard time playfully insulting each other and just end up complimenting each other instead.
You know, I have a problem with conflict. I'm gonna say it. I hate confrontation, and I'm here to talk about that.
Yeah,
Let's talk about my issues. Yeah.
When you went to the beach the other week and you had that beach umbrella, did you know that it would eventually turn into the pants you'd be wearing today?
Have I mentioned how ugly you are?
But real quick, make sure you guys check out our Instagram page, linked down in the description. There's a ton of interview moments and memes, so make sure you check it out and give us a follow.
Protect blank at all costs. I think it is Scarlet.
There's this moment during an Endgame interview where they play a game and try to finish the phrase with the last word.
Robert Downey Jr. is very...
Do you want to...
Unique.
Unique.
Yes,
Unique. Okay.
Versatile.
This is for Chris. Scarlett Johansson doesn't like to...
Listen to me talk too much?
And just recently, Chris has joined Scarlett in the exclusive MCU Club, as they call it, for directing and starring in their own film. She was the star and the first MCU actor for serving as the executive producer for Black Widow, and for Thor Love and Thunder, Chris Hemsworth is credited as an executive producer on the film, becoming only the second actor to produce an MCU movie while also being its leading star. There's also been some rumors about Scarlett Johansson's character Natasha coming back for Black Widow 2. No confirmation, and this is all speculation, but it would be great to see her back on the big screen.
It's lucky you're beautiful because there's nothing up here.
What? That's mean. Did you just call me dumb? You went straight to dumb. Like 1 minute I was like, oh, you're wearing my grandma's sweater, and then you're like, you're dumb?
Well, it's self... No. Did I win?
Chris gets the award for having the shortest phone conversation with Robert Downey Jr. ever. Wait a minute, that was Robert Downey Jr.?
Paul Rudd and Scarlett Johansson. Because I was just in the room with them right now, and they seem to have good chemistry, and they're both just lovely people.
Chris Hemsworth's next film is the sequel to his Netflix film Extraction, which is currently in post-production. And even during press tours of all of the cast of the Avengers together, Scarlett Johansson and Chris always find a way to compliment each other, even if one of them is not there for the interview.
Obviously, your character could have easily just been kind of written off as the sexy one of the team. How important is it that
Really? Have you seen Chris Hemsworth?
They've also shared what they've taken from the Endgame set.
Okay, let us know, what prop have you stolen, Chris?
A Stormbreaker and a couple of the hammers.
A couple of the hammers. Can I get one of those hammers? You don't need two of them.
No, you can have one.
Oh, thank you very much.
Great, you heard it here first.
One's in the toilet, one's in the toy box.
Kids are strong. I have a few suits. I have my widow's bite. I have, all my belts and all that stuff. I have quite a bunch. Yeah, I have a few.
Scarlett Johansson has notoriously continued to compliment Chris a lot of the time, saying things like, "The man is perfect even when he's drooling," which some people can agree with. And of course, it's all for fun and laughs and entertainment, as well as praise for his work and his character in the franchise and just how hard he's trained to be in the shape he is now.
Terrible angle. Is this your rig? Looks like shit. Come on, soldier. Here. Rig. Fish. I'm a big fish. Here. Gorilla. Yeah. Come on. Come on, fish. Come on.
Good, double jab right in. Tight, pick up.
As far as the future when it comes to these two and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Chris Hemsworth has stated that he will forever want to play Thor for as long as the industry will allow him to. And for Scarlett Johansson and her role as Natasha, the rumor mill for Black Widow 2 is starting to churn and fans are kinda curious for what's to come for this. The original film was delayed due to the state of the world at the time, but surprisingly she has come out and said that she wants to separate from the character. She goes on to say, "Honestly, I feel like it's always great to leave a party when it's still raging, and I think that this film feels very much like it's alive and fresh and powerful, and I feel really pleased with it. I feel really happy with the work that we've done for this decade of time, and it's bittersweet to say goodbye. But if you love something, you need to set it free."
It's been an incredible decade of time. I never, at that point, could never have imagined how life-changing all of this would be. I don't think any of us did. I mean, obviously, John and Robert had a sense of that, but as we collected other Avengers along the way, nobody could have foreseen, other than Kevin Feige, probably what potential this whole universe had. This
Black Widow could handle it.
Yeah, she's like, I understand, I'm not afraid of you. And also, she herself feels unhinged at times, and she's also afraid of her capability, I think, in a way, and grapples with that, continues to grapple with that. That's kind of a running theme for her.
Even in other interviews, she has said, "I'm going to miss not seeing the Marvel family every 18 months or 2 years. Like those kind of milestones I always really look forward to."
He's all at once sensitive and ferocious, otherworldly and grounded. He is shockingly handsome and surprisingly approachable.
But I feel really proud of this film, and I think it's great to go out on a high note. This movie is so different from any other Marvel film we've done so far. It is possible that they could just replace her character. There are no plans as far as Phase 5 that give the impression that a sequel is coming, but that doesn't mean it's entirely impossible. There was this moment where Chris explains why he isn't as active in the Marvel group chat to Scarlett.
There's got to be somebody that tries to put the jokes in and doesn't get
Well,
any
actually, it's
response.
hard to get Chris. Like, where are you?
That's the problem.
You have like
I have an
400
Australian
phones or
number
something?
and an American number. And the group chat is taking place on the American number.
Right.
So, if I fly into America, I'm like, oh, cool, 40
Why don't you
days
get a
worth of
global
messages.
plan? That's the question that the fans really want to know.
That beauty is on the inside, and inside you is just awful.
And for our Marvel trivia question, Mark Ruffalo actually shares a birthday with Scarlett Johansson, which is November 22nd. So what do you guys think of all this kind of playful flirting we've seen between these two? Do you think there's going to be a sequel to Black Widow? And what are your thoughts on the new Thor Love and Thunder film? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
Again. Double jab. Right hand. One more.
The fish! Tiger! The fish! Tiger! The fish! I don't know how much more I can do this.
It's really hard to insult you, Chris. You're such a good person. Your hammer got bigger? How did your hammer grow, Chris? All I'll say is that I think I have a greater understanding of the character now than I ever possibly could have had before. And I think that whatever iteration you see of this character, may or may not see of this character in the future, will be the better because of it.